So it be thankfulness from my part, like how I got his contact is through Mr. Ram Mohan, who is his earlier associate, and he has insisted like how he has been instrumental in bringing many initiatives for the Kalasanam University on the part of electric mobility. So it is our privilege to have a person with a strong academic partnership and the person who can bridge the gap between research and sustainable industrial engineering. So it is a session open to the audience as well as the researchers to have interaction with Dr. Gaudaman to learn the insights on how green energy technologies can reshape the world. So let me join with other faculty members and HOD in warmly welcoming you, sir. Take over the session, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Muthukumar, sir. And I'm very happy to
Yes, you may
be a
present
part
your
of this.
slides, sir.
Hope my screen is visible now.
Not yet, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, now my screen is visible to all.
Let me stop my screen sharing now. I didn't share any screens.
Okay. Let me check, sir. Yes, sir. Can you confirm once again, sir? If my screen is visible to all?
Our screens are not seen, sir. Should
Okay.
I share the screen for you? You may stop your video and try, sir, because maybe
Yes.
having some problem.
So for me, it shows that presentation is starting. Is
Okay,
there
we
any
can wait,
setting,
sir.
sir?
We'll wait.
Uh,
The presentation screen is not coming up.
Maybe I can do one thing, sir. Just log out and then log in, sir. Just a minute.
No problem, sir. We'll wait. No problem. I also switch off my video.
Muthuba sir, hope my screen is visible now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now your screen is shared, sir.
Yes. Okay, sir, thank you.
You
Hope you
see
can
the
see my
screen
screen and you can get my audio.
audio, both audio, video, everything is very good, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I once again thank the organizing team for giving this opportunity to share my thoughts and knowledge in this special occasions. And no more further delay, just I enter into the topic. Uh, here I go with some interesting topic, that is electrical vehicle. So it is one of the very interesting topic nowadays, because we are talking about EVs in terms of bike as well as cars, due to the greatest advantages toward that electrical kind of vehicle compared to the conventional IC engine based vehicle. So that is what I just go with the same topic here. And so this particular presentation is classified into three categories. First part I have divided as about the EVs. What are the components will be there in electrical vehicle, and how the electrical vehicle has been classified, and what are the major advantages and limitations still exist in that area of electrical vehicle. And the second part of the presentation is focused on the hybrid electric vehicle. So it is one of the interesting topic, and so where we going to discuss about what is hybrid electric vehicle, what are the differences between hybrid electric vehicle and conventional EVs, and also we will discuss about the components and what are the major components available in that, and how it is different with the conventional vehicle as well as electrical vehicle. And also we're going to discuss the interesting topic is plug-in hybrid vehicle. It is one of the advancement in electrical vehicle. And so the presentation will continue with the third part, where we're going to discuss what are the main challenges still exist in the area of electrical vehicle, and what are the future advancement will be happen in the future. So this is what I just try to explain with you all in this special occasion. And yes, why we need this EV kind of vehicle? Yes, we know that there are plenty of issues we are facing with the traditional IC engine, like pollutions, drastic, rise in the petroleum prices. So there are many reasons or many factors we are facing right now. The main issues is raising the pollution levels. So nowadays we are talking about CO2 rises, pollutions, fog, and greenhouse gases. So these are the main reasons we are focusing toward the modern kind of vehicle. And another important reason is the price of petroleum cost. So we are feeling that nowadays the cost of petrol is around 101, and maybe in the next 10 years no one will guess it how much it would be getting rise. Okay, it is the main reason the people and the car manufacturer, they are trying to focus on the alternative kind of vehicle for conventional petrol engine, conventional automobiles. So, and one more thing is, one more important factor for focusing on electrical vehicle is the sustainable mobility. So, sustainability is a very important term nowadays. Whatever thing we are doing, we just focus on the sustainability. This is one of the main criteria to focus on new modern technologies. And first, we should know what is electrical vehicle and how it is differ with the conventional vehicle. So, in the electric vehicle, there will be a electric motor will be there. So, it will be helpful to propel the vehicle, and that particular electrical motor getting power from the battery. So, batteries and motors are very important part in it, and so we could not find any engines in it because it is purely electric. There is no petrol engine and there is no diesel engine, and we could not see any pollutions in it. So that's why the automobile industries are focusing only on EVs. And the very important thing is there is no dependency of petroleum fuel. You won't worry about the cost of petroleum product. You can charge it and you can drive it. It is main advantage of electrical vehicle. And yes, here we have a comparison. What are the basic difference between conventional vehicle and electrical vehicle? In the conventional vehicle, the vehicle will be propelled with the help of some engines. It may be a petrol engine, it may be a diesel engine, and where you can find plenty of pollution in the tailpipe, and you have to spend more money to refill the petrol tank. But here, there will be some batteries. The batteries usually located at the bottom of the passenger cabin, and there will be some motors. So we know that motor is the uh, electromechanical device. It can produce the mechanical power by consuming the electrical energy, and it produce high intensity of torque during the starting. It is one of the very important advantage of electric vehicle. And so these are basic comparison. And the next topic is what are the main components are available in EVs. There will be a charging port will be there. So it will be take care of charging the batteries, and there will be a battery charger will be there. So it will be very important part in the charging system. During the recharge the battery, the power need to be converted from AC to DC to recharge the battery. So that the converter is very important. And surely there will be a battery, and there will be a huge capacity battery will be there. And the capacity battery is being used by the engine is purely used by the car is depend upon the capacity of the car. And there will be a power converter, DC to DC converters, and there will be power inverters will be there, and finally electric motor will be there. So these are the common important components are available in the electrical vehicle. And as I said, charging port or charging unit is very important part. So as I mentioned, in the charging unit there will be two important component. One is AC to DC converter. So it plays very important role during charging. The AC power need to be converted into DC to supply the battery. So it will be done with the help of converter, and it is also having the regulator. So there will be some fluctuation during charging, and it may affect the life as well as the charging efficiency of the battery. So regulator will be there. It will keep on regulating the power flow from the source to the battery. And there are three different type of charging system. The EVs have been used level 1, level 2 as well as fast charging. So it has been classified based on the voltage. So if you are using 240 voltage power to recharge the battery, it will come under the category of level 1. It has some advantages as well as it has some drawbacks. Similar way, all the type of charging system have its own advantages as well as drawbacks. We will discuss one by one. And first, I just go with the level 1 charging system. Okay, the main advantage of level 1 is we can recharge the vehicle in your home itself. There is no extra effort you should not put for that. Simply you can plug in your house and you can charge it. And the main drawback is it will take more time. Minimum 8 to 20 hours it will take to reach 80% of charge. This is one of the main drawback in it. And so special feature I'm trying to address it. There is no special installations needed. Simply you can plug it in your house and you can use it. And very low charging speed, as I mentioned, it is voltage is just a 230 to 240, so it will take more time to get complete charge. And it is suitable for overnight home charging. So once you can try to start the charging in the night, morning it is getting ready so that you can use it. And it is more suitable for two-wheelers as well as small EVs like Tata Punch. So that I highlight one example here. So Tata Punch is one of the sub 4 meter SUV, and it uses level 1 as well as level 2 as well as fast charging. So if you go with the level 1, it takes minimum of 9.4 hours to get 80% charge. And the second one is it is a second level of charging system, and so it is much better to the level 1. So because it uses the voltage between 240 to 415 voltage, so that it takes less time compared to the level 1. So normally it takes 3 to 8 hours to get 80% of charging. So the media XUVs like Nexon and 3XO, they have been using level 2 power charging. And so here we have to adopt some additional features to use the level 2. One is there should be a common charging AC charging system will be there, and you can use in the home itself, or you have to adopt some separate circuit for charging your EVs, and you can use in the office as well as malls. And nowadays there are plenty of charging systems available in the outside, so you can easily use it. And as I said, it will require some charging station for installation and good balance of speed as well as battery life. So when you go with the level 2, as per the result, the life of the battery is getting improved, so that you can get somewhat benefit in level 2 charging compared to the level 1. And the third stage is power charging. It is DC power charging. So the main advantage is you can charge the battery in 20 to 60 minutes. Within 1 hour, you can able to recharge it, and you can drive your car. And because of the high voltage, so it reaches up to 800 watts. So that it is huge amount of power is used to charge it, so that it will take very less time. The perfect example is Magendra VE6. It can avail both charge through as well as fast charging. And as I mentioned, it takes maximum of 20 minutes to get full charge. From So it is the main advantage over the fast charging. And next important component is battery. Yes, as I mentioned, it is very important. So it plays a two important role. One is it is store the power, and it will give the power to the motor when it is demand. And as I mentioned that batteries it is also used to store the power in it, and the size of the battery is purely depends upon the requirement of the vehicle. Say for example, if you go with a hatchback and sedan, you can go with a 50 to 60 kilowatt capacity of battery. When you go for SUVs, it will be getting improved. And the EV batteries consist of many cells connected with the series as well as parallel. And as I said, it is usually placed at the bottom of the passenger cabin for the safety as well as better stability of the vehicle. And as I mentioned, the battery capacity depends on the vehicle size as well as based on the motor which is used in the particular vehicle. And there are three common batteries will be there. It is commonly used for all the EVs like 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, and first one is lithium ion. It is common batteries which is used by Tata, uh, Toyota, Renault, and Mahindra, and nickel metal hydride. It is commonly used for some specific vehicle like Honda. And the last one is lead acid battery. It is commonly used for a small as well as lightweight vehicles, because it is very cheaper, and it will give a somewhat life compared to the lithium ion battery. And so it is all about the batteries. And next one is some electronics components like power inverter as well as converter will be there. As I mentioned, power inverter will be placed between the battery and the electric motor, and it contains complex power electronic circuits and as well as cooling system, because it will handle the huge amount, voltage of power, so that during the process it will getting heated. So cooling process will be there, and there will be something to make a better cooling. And the main role of power inverter is it converts power DC to AC. Okay, so we know that the battery which is storing the power in DC form, and that need to be converted to AC to supply in the electric motor, and it will be effectively done by the inverter. And so during regenerative braking, the process will be reversed. So we will discuss about the regenerative braking later. So during regenerating process, the AC power need to be again converted to DC, and it will be handled by the inverter as well. And there will be one more part. It is DC to DC converter. So we all know that in the car there will be plenty of electronics things will be there, like display, and there will be some lights and interior lights outside, exterior lights, and there will be informative systems. So, and there will be a small fan for taking care of the cooling system. So, with the help of DC to DC converter, the voltage will be reduced to 12 volt as well as 48 volt. So, this is the main advantage to convert to reduce the voltage. And the main next important component is motor controller. So, the motor controller is the electronic unit that controls electrical motor operations based on the driver needs. So it will be circulate the power to the motor from the battery based on the driver response, and so that it is act as a bridge between the battery, driver as well as motor. And it will do some main functions like it will control the speed based on the demand, and it will regulate the torque. So what are the based on the requirement by the driver, it will give the power, and it will convert the driver input to the motor action, and they control the direction of the rotation of the motor. So reverse, forward, so it will be controlled, and manage the power flow between the battery as well as motor. So based on the requirement, it will circulate the power to the motor, and also it will take care of regenerative braking. So when vehicle is getting deceleration at that time, the base power is converted into electrical energy, and that will be stored in the battery. And the next one is very important role of controller is to protect the motor from the overheating. So during operation, there will be more possibilities to get overheated, and it will be save the motor as well. And next very important component is electrical motor. So without motor, we could not get the mechanical power. So it plays a very crucial role in electrical vehicle. So it is a electromechanical device. It converts electrical energy into mechanical energy, and that will be helpful to drive a wheel. And so there are more number of motors will be used, and it purely depends upon the requirement. So for example, for a light vehicle or a hatchback, the one motor is enough because the vehicle weight is less and the passenger count is less. So one motor is enough for a small vehicle. So the number of motor will be decided based on the requirement of the vehicle. And we say, for example, if the manufacturer going to design a heavy truck where it need to carry more weight, so that for a particular case we have to improve the number of motors in it. And the type, as I said, the type and number of motors depends upon the manufacturer and vehicle size as well as application. And there are three common type of motor are efficiently used in the vehicle. One is permanent magnet synchronous motor. It is commonly used for Tata, Mahindra, and Honda, Hyundai. So it is a common motor. It is being effectively used in all the automobiles. And somewhat they can use induction motor like Tesla models, and there will be brushless DC motor also there. It is commonly used for small EVs as well as two wheelers. And ECU, so it is very important component, and it is taking care of all the components available in the EV. It will regulate, it will control, it will take care of all the parts available in the EVs, and there are plenty of models will be there. Say for example, to take care of the battery, there will be some battery management system will be there. To take care of motors, motor unit will be there, and to take care of some other electronic items, there will be the overall vehicle control will be there. So the main role of all the controller is to take care of all the components to run is more efficient. So it is the main role of electronic control unit. And the final one is cooling system. As I mentioned that in the EV there are plenty of devices will be there. It will do plenty of works due to the continuous usage. There will be a more heat will be there. So to take care of their life, to take care of this performance, we have to reduce the temperature, and it will be done with the help of cooling system. And there are two type of cooling system are efficiently used in that vehicle. One is air cooling with the help of atmospheric air. Just simply flow through it and try to cool the batteries and other electronics things which is available in the EV. And for heavy vehicle, there will be a liquid cooling system. By using some coolant, we can circulate and try to reduce the temperature of all the components. So just to go in depth, first one, as I said, the first one is air cooling system. It is so suitable for a small vehicle because in a small vehicle we will use a small capacitor battery and a small capacitor motor as well. So where a small, the intensity of air cooling is enough to cool them. And some of the EVs they have using some forcing cooling system by adopt some fans right into the flow rate of the air, and it will make the components very low temperature. And as I mentioned that there is a second one is liquid cooling system. So the liquid coolant they may be used to cool the engine, I mean vehicle components. And as I said, it is used for heavy vehicles because in a heavy vehicle there will be a huge volume of battery will be there. It will produce more volume of heat, and it is also use the more kilowatt of motor. So it enables the liquid cooling system. And so the liquid cooling system contains some important part like there will be a coolant channels, coolant plate will be there. So through the coolant channel, it will be the coolant will distribute to the other parts, and coolant pump will be there. It will take care of to circulate the coolant, and there will be some tank. Coolant reservoir will be there, and heat exchanger as well as radius will be there. After carry the heat, we have to remove the heat from the coolant, so it will be take care of heat exchanger as well as radiator. And there will be some electronic controller. As I mentioned, it will be take care of all the process. So without human interruption, it will take care of all the parts. And yes, there are many advantages for the EV compared to the conventional automobile. As I mentioned that we can get more torque during the starting, and we can feel it in during the driving as well. And it is more efficiency compared to the traditional one. And one more advantage is we can able to consume some power during the braking. Okay, and it is one of the advantage. And as I mentioned, there is no emissions because there is no fuel, and no maintenance because it having a less component, and there is no a mechanical component. That's a traditional automobile, so that less maintenance is required, and it is very quiet as well as smooth, and low running cost compared to the petroleum. It consuming very less cost, and it is very compact because there are 100% of electronic things. There is no mechanical goods will be there, so that it is so compact. And so these are the major advantages in EV. Even it have so many advantages. It has some drawbacks as well. One is it have a limited driving ranges. Okay, once you can complete charge you can able to drive maximum 100 to 200 kilometers. Again, you have to search for a power station, and a long charging time. Yes, it will take when you go for a level 1 or level 2, it will take more time to charge it. And in countries like India, there is a limitation of fast charging. So nowadays it is getting developed. So maybe next to 5 to 10 years we can have a wider range of charging station. And as I mentioned, charging infrastructure is very less, and initial cost of the vehicle is very high. So for example, when you're going to buy a small vehicle like Tata Punch EV, it is minimum cost is 10 to 15 lakhs. It is on road price. When you go for a heavy vehicle, it is too high, and so batteries it is heavy weight, and limited fast charging, and electronic grid dependency. We have to search for the fast charging for reach of the battery when you go for a long drive. And we are saying that EVs are greener, it could not make any pollutions as petroleum, but it can produce some issues. Say, for example, when you are handling the recycle as well as disposal of battery, it will create a strong impact to the environment. These are one of the main drawback of EV. And yes, I'll just move on to the next part. How we can classify the EVs? Okay, so if you want to if you want to buy a car, we need a comfortability. We have expecting driver experience. Okay, So based on the driving configuration, the car manufacturer they have decided based on the size of the vehicle and based on the capacity of the vehicle and based on the the mode of the vehicle, it has been decided like front wheel drive, rear wheel drive as well as four wheel drive. And so the front wheel drive mostly all the hatchback, sedan classes and sub 4 meter SUVs they can go with front wheel drive because it is so suitable for them. We can accommodate more spaces for passenger so that a small vehicle they go with front wheel drive. As I mentioned, the advantages is better interior space. We can accommodate more passengers and lower manufacturing cost because it is placed with the front wheel, front axle, and good efficiency for city driving. Okay, so it is more compact for city driving as well and simple driving rate. So simply you can connect with the front axle and you can connect it with the wheel so that it is very simple drive rate compared to the rear wheel as well as all wheel drive. See here I can give one example for front wheel drive is Nexon EV. It will come under the category of sub 4 meter SUV, and it is second type is rear wheel drive. So as I mentioned, the drivetrain is decided based on the manufacturer as well as the requirement of the vehicle. Okay, so the rear wheel drive is mostly common mostly for a sports vehicle and and those who are interested in feel the driving experience. And this kind of vehicle is designed with the rear wheel drive. And so where the motor is located the rear axle and the power delivered to the rear wheel directly. And so it is also have some advantages. The weight is evenly distributed when you keep the battery, more in the back side, and improve the acceleration. You can feel the driving experience better compared to the front wheel drive, and superior handling, as I mentioned, you can feel better and you can feel the experience of the driving as well. And good for performance in the EV. So here I bring an example is Model 3 Tesla. So where it have a rear wheel drive. And the next type is four wheel drive. So special vehicle and high class vehicle they have designed with 4x4 because we can feel a better driving experience compared to the other two types, and you can feel a better acceleration. You can feel the cruising. So Audi e-tron is one of the perfect example for 4x4, and it has more advantages like maximum traction. You can feel better stability in rain as well as snow and as well as sloping areas and high performance as well as fast acceleration because it having a two motors, one motor in the front side and the second motor in the back side. And also the EVs are classified based on the power source. So far we discussed about the battery electric vehicle, and we have some other type like fuel cell electrical vehicle where the power is generated from the fuel cell. And third one is hybrid as well as plug-in hybrid. We will discuss in the upcoming slide in depth. And I straight away move on to the next topic, that is hybrid electrical vehicle. There is a small changes in hybrid electrical vehicle over the EVs. In the EVs, there will be a battery. We can get the energy from grid, and we can simply recharge the battery and we can use it. But in the hybrid, we can have two power sources. Engine will be there. In addition to that, motor will be there. You can avail both the powers to drive the vehicle. That is the simple classifications. And when you compare the hybrid electric vehicle with traditional automobile, the fuel consumption is very less because somewhat we can use the electrical power and we can improve the fuel efficiency as well. The mileage of the car we can able to improve. And very important thing is we can reduce the harmful pollutions like CO2, hydrocarbon, NOx, and it will provide the higher torque as well as driving experience because here we have two power sources. And yes, from this slide we can understand that what are the basic classification between EVs and hybrid. When you go for EV, there is no engine, but in hybrid there is an engine. It may be a petrol engine and it may be a diesel engine, and there is no need of any fuel in EV, but it is dependent upon the fuel because here we are using the engine, and emission is zero in EV because there is no fuel, there is no usage of fuel. But here the fuel is somewhat we can use the fuel for our driving, and it will produce very less compared to the traditional automobile. So for battery, in EV the battery size is very huge because it's purely depend upon electrical mobility. But it is in hybrid electrical, it is very small because we have a two different type of power sources, and we purely depend upon the charging station. Here we have another option is we can self-charge it from the IC engine. The battery is getting recharged, and there is no dependency of external charging systems. And in EV, the driving range is limited, but here we have a long driving range. In maintenance point of view, EVs take very less, but it is moderate because it have IC engine. And noise level, it is very less. EVs are very less, and it is somewhat noisy because there will be an engine. And the fuel cost, as I mentioned, it is very less. But here we have to depend upon the fuel price as well as fuel cost. So these are the basic classification of EV as well as hybrid electric vehicle. And so now we just focus what are the major components are there in hybrid electric vehicle. There will be a internal combustion engine, as I mentioned that the hybrid they have a two power source, battery as well as IC engine. So the IC engine, it may be a petrol engine or diesel engine. So the IC engine should not be used for all the time. Based on the need during cruising at a higher speed, both IC engine can be used for the vehicle. And as I mentioned, there will be a electric motor will be there. It will be assist with the engine based on the need of the vehicle, based on the need of the driver. It can assist with the IC engine, and the motor will be useful during the low speeds, during cruising as well as acceleration. That time the motor is assisted with the engine and produce more power to propel the vehicle. And one more advantage of being the electrical vehicle is it will be take care of regenerative braking. So when the vehicle is getting decelerated, that time the wasted power is converted into electrical power to recharge the battery. It is the main advantage in hybrid electrical vehicle. And battery pack, yes, there will be some batteries will be there. So the capacity of the batteries depends upon the intensity of motor being used in the vehicle. And fourth one is generator will be there. Some part of the vehicle, the motor is also act as a generator for a small application. For pure hybrid, there will be a separate generator will be there. It will be useful to recharge the battery from the engine itself. And controller will be there. As I mentioned, the EV, there are different type of controller will be there: inverter, regulators, ECUs. It will take care of all the parts. It will be ensure the better performance from the vehicle. And power splitter will be there. As I mentioned that with the help of generator, the somewhat power is somewhat power of the IC engine is produced electrical power to recharge the battery, and this particular part will be taken care of that. There will be one power splitter will be there. So these power splitter split the power which is produced with IC engine. So one part will be converted into the wheel and another part will be converted into the generator to recharge the battery. So it is the main purpose of a power splitter, which is ready. It is only available in the hybrid electrical vehicle. And transmission, yes, it is very important part. It will be flexible with both engine as well as electrical motor. And most of the transmission used in the hybrid is CVT, continuous variable transmission, or automatic, or they can use the indicated hybrid transmission system for taking care of both engine as well as motor. And we already discussed about the electronic control units. And so it is all about the hybrid electric vehicle. So hope you can understand what are the components will be there, and what are the difference between hybrid and electrical vehicle. And so the hybrid electrical vehicle is classified into three types based on the intensity of motors being used in it. First one is micro hybrid, where a small intensity of hybrid is implemented in it, and there will be a mild. First one is micro, and second one is mild, and third one is fully hybrid. So it has been classified based on the intensity of the hybridization is implemented in the vehicle. Say for example, in micro hybrid, a small capacity of battery will be used. The 2.5 kilowatt battery will be used and the 12 volt battery will be used. The small intensity of electrical power will be adapted to the vehicle, so that it is coming under category of micro. And when you go for mild, the somewhat the motor will be assisted with the vehicle. Say for example, during starting, during cruising, so the vehicle will be propelled with the help of motor as well as both engine. So where we need somewhat a high power motor like 20 kilowatt, as well as we need 48 volt battery to take care of that. So with the help of mild hybrid, we can able to improve the efficiency up to 20 to 30%. So that's why the Ertiga can give a more mileage, even it is multi-utility vehicle, it can give a mileage more than 30 km per liter. So and the third one is fully hybrid. So where the vehicle is complete taken off by both motor as well as IC engine. So where we can need more capacity of motor as well as battery, because the motor is involved in all the kind of all the mode of the driving, like starting, cruising, driving at the highest speed. So that we need more capacity of battery as well as motor. So the perfect example for fully hybrid is Toyota Innova high class. So further we will go in depth what are the major differences between micro, mild as well as fully hybrid. As I mentioned that in micro hybrid, the small motor will be there and a small battery also will be there. So it is coupled with the engine, a small motor which is connected to the engine, and it is directly coupled with the crankshaft by using belt drive, and it will be helpful only for start-stop functions. Say for example, during traffic conditions, the vehicle is be idle, and when you go for a conventional automobile during idling, the engine consume more fuel. So it consume more fuel and it consume the rich mixtures, so that it produce the more pollution during idling. So to reduce that, the small capacity of motor is connected with that engine. When the vehicle is in idle, that time the engine is turned off, and when the driver is press the accelerator, it is automatically get start. It is the main advantage of micro hybrid. So you can notice that in shift, desire, and all the punch. So all the basic vehicle they have accommodated with the micro hybrid. And as I mentioned that the motor does not propel the vehicle directly. So only it will accommodate with the engine for start-stop conditions. And the main purpose of to implement the micro hybrid is to produce and improve the overall fuel consumption, and it will reduce the pollutions, and it will be helpful for regenerative braking as well. And when compared with mild as well as fully hybrid, it is very less cost, and we can get more benefited with the micro hybrid. So from this particular picture, that animation, you can clearly understand how it is getting work. You can see that there will be a separate track for ICE engine, there will be a fuel tank and fuel supply chain will be there, and there will be a battery as well as small capacity motor. It is connected with the crankshaft of the engine. When the vehicle is turned off during the idling, so after the response from the driver, it is automatically start the vehicle. Okay, so it is drastically reduce the consumption of the fuel as well as pollutions. It will improve the mileage as well. So the ship is perfect example for that. As I mentioned that the motor is connected to the engine with the help of belt ribbon. So there will be a small total battery will be there, and also small capacity motor is also there. 2.3 kilowatt motor will be there. So motor as well as battery will take care of micro hybrid, and it will make the engine is more efficient. So with the help of that, the Mahindra they can the Maruti Suzuki they can give the more mileage compared to the other vehicle. And the second type is mild hybrid. It is somewhat advanced to the micro hybrid. It contains both IC engine as well as electric motor. There is a small difference between micro and mild is somewhat it will contribute to the other mode of the operations, like during starting of the vehicle, during low speed of the vehicle, it will be driven by the electric motor. And during acceleration, we need more torque as well as more power. That time, the engine is the vehicle is propelled with the help of both, motor as well as IC engine. So where you can get more torque, it will be helpful to cruise the vehicle. And yes, there are few benefits will be there in the mild. There will be a start-stop functions. It will improve the vehicle mileage, and regenerative braking will be there. And where it will be using some heavier battery compared to the micro. There will be a 48 volt battery will be there. And as I mentioned that it will helpful to improve the fuel economy. We can able to improve 10 to 20% of the mileage, and also it reduce the emissions. Since we are reducing the usage of IC engine, the overall emission produced by the engine is much lesser compared to the conventional engine. And here I have example of A6 Audi A6, and it have a mild hybrid system. So there will be a 48 volt battery motor will be there. It is connected with the engine, and there will be a 3 liter engine. Turbocharged fuel. Throttle by the fuel injection system. SA engine will be there, and so the main benefit of mild hybrid, the vehicle is propelled with the help of both motor as well as engine. Say for example, the vehicle need more torque during the starting, as well as it need more power during cruising as well as power. Okay, so you can feel a better driving with the help of both motor as well as engine. So it is a major advantage of mild hybrid. And the next one is fully hybrid. As I said, so all the operations will be done with the help of motor as well as engine. It is also have an internal combustion engine and electric motor. And the main difference in fully hybrid compared to the other hybrid system is here we are using a huge volume of battery. It will just reach up to 300 watts, and it is also have some features like start-stop functions, and the vehicle is coupled with the help of motor at lower speeds, acceleration, cruising, and also it have a regenerative braking as well. And yes, as I mentioned that in fully hybrid, we can drive a car with all the modes, all the type of modes. Maybe go with engine or go with electrical motor or go with both. It purely depends upon the the requirement of the vehicle. Okay, it is purely controlled by the electronic control unit. There is no interruption of the human power here. So based on the driver requirement, based on the need, the mode will be changed, and we can feel a better performance in the vehicle. And it is a perfect example for fully hybrid. It will produce 23.24 km per liter because of the fully hybrid. So because the vehicle is propelled by the motor or IC engine depends upon the need, and it uses a 2 liter engine and a 2 liter petrol engine, and it produces a power of 137 PS, and it produces a torque 188, and the motor is also produce motor power of 83 kilowatt, and it produces a torque of 206 nanometer. So both together, it make the vehicle so efficient in performance wise as well as mileage wise. These are better. This is one of the best example for the hybrid, fully hybrid. And again, the hybrid electric vehicle is classified based on the powertrain, how the power is reaches the wheel, and what are the components are involved to generate the power. So based on that, it has been classified to three major categories like series, parallel, and series in parallel. So we will discuss one by one in depth in the upcoming slide. So from the picture itself, you can understand the concept. So here you can see the direction of power flow. There will be engine. Engine produces the power. The power is recharged in the battery, and after that it is supplied to the wheel. Okay, it means that Even it have an engine and a motor, the engine should not involve in the driving the vehicle. Simply it can generate the power and reach at the battery. So it is the main role of series hybrid vehicle. So it has some advantages like it is like a EV, so it is very smoother. Engine runs are efficient because there is no changes in the speed. Where the engine is run at constant speed, so it is run at under the very efficient and good for city ride. So as it is almost similar with EV, but the only difference is there is no dependency of external source. It can produce power in its own with the help of IC engine. It is called as series hybrid electric vehicle. And the second one is parallel. So from the topic itself, we can understand the concept. So here it is parallelly used both electrical power as well as IC engine. Based on the need, the vehicle can be coupled with electrical motor, or it may be use engine, or it may be use both. It purely depends upon the need. It is about the parallel hybrid electrical vehicle. And the third one is combination of both series and parallel hybrid vehicle. So, so the main advantage of series and parallel is it is also have a both electrical motor as well as engine. The main uniqueness of this series and parallel is there will be a power splitter and there will be a generator. So where you can generate the power from the AC engine to reach at the battery. So there is no dependency of power grid. So if there is power demand, we can able to generate from the IC engine itself. So it is all about series and parallel hybrid vehicle. And very important one is plug-in hybrid is diesel technology. Addition to the hybrid electric vehicle, we can recharge the battery from the external source itself. There is a separate path to recharge the battery from the external power sources. That is called as plug-in hybrid. Even if you have IC engine, even if you have a motor, we can be able to recharge the battery from the IC engine, or we can go with the external plug-in. It is the main advantage of plug-in hybrid. And so the hybrid electric vehicle, it is also have some drawbacks as well as advantages. So first advantages, we can get a better mileage because there will be a motor, and so due to less consumption of ICE engine, we can reduce the pollutions as well, and we can improve the vehicle performance. So for example, during starting, if you go with a conventional way of vehicle, it is you can feel the lagging during starting. So in hybrid, due to the accommodation of a motor, you can feel a better performance during low speeds, and we can have a smoother and as well as faster acceleration due to the availability of both the power sources, and the energy recovery where we can convert waste energy during braking, that will be efficiently converted as a power to recharge the battery. And so the main advantage of hybrid is it is efficient in all the driving conditions. So for example, during starting, lower speed, and cruising as well as higher speed, so we can get a maximum performance from the engine and reduce the engine wear, because here we have a limited usage of IC engine, so that the rate of wear is getting reduced, and so the life of the engine is also improved, and lower noise pollution as well. So these are the some notable advantages in a hybrid electric vehicle. And in addition to that, it has some drawbacks like the cost, because it having two power sources, so the cost is so high. The car, the battery cost is very high, and life is also less. The maximum life of the battery is 8 to 15 minutes. Sorry, 8 to 15 years. And after that, we have to spend some more money to buy or replace the battery. Again, we have to spend 3 to 8 lakh for replace the battery. And overweight, it needs more space because there will be more component, and complex electrical circuits will be there, and high maintenance costs will be there, and need more technicians, technical assistants to do any repair in it. and there will be a more risk because they have a both fuel as well as the electrical circuits will be there. It made us more complex. And now just move on to the third stage of the presentation, that is challenges. Even it have a more advantages, some real-time challenges will be there. As I mentioned before, battery limitations will be there. Purely depend upon the charging station. We have to spend more money for replace the battery, and the charging duration will be there. And high initial cost, yes, we have to spend more money to buy EVs, and system is more complex. There are plenty of circuits will be there, and due to the addition of battery, the weightage of the vehicle is getting improved. And thermal management is very important because there are plenty of instruments are being used. So that we have give more concentration on the thermal management, and maintenance is needed, and charging infrastructure need to be improved, and battery disposal, as I mentioned that even we are saying that EVs are so efficient, but we have to give more concentration on the disposal because it is making more strong impact on the environment, and there are plenty of safety issues will be there because we have been seeing and hearing many issues. Bikes are getting fired. Okay, so there are safety issues are also there. So these are the challenges still there in EVs, and it is a last part of my presentation. One is what are the future things they are doing for improvement of the EVs. And there are three verticals they are developing the EVs. One is batteries. We are trying to doing the research in solid state battery because it is have a more energy density, and it have a more faster charging as well as it is more safer too, and it will give a more life. So that is very important, and reduce the battery weight. And if you reduce the battery weight, we can able to improve the mileage of the vehicle as well. And the second part of the research is ultra fast charging. So we know that when you go for a EV, we have to spend more time for charging itself. So try to improve the we are trying to improve the fast charging as well. And the third point is intelligence system. So nowadays we are more strong in AI. So with the help of AI, they are trying to optimize the EV performance.